Hello and welcome to the Fairy Coach Tarot channel. My name is Raquel. I'm very happy you're here. Thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel. So today we have another pick a deck or pick the fairy, and I tried to make the space bigger because today we have our Chakra Tarot reading, right? Where we look at the 7 main chakras and what guidance or messages we get from Spirit for each chakra. It is a long reading, and it takes a lot of space, so I tried to make this bigger. And let's get started, right? Oops. My apologies. One of my cats just went by. All right, let's get started. Please roll your shoulders back. Move your neck from side to side gently. Feel tension dissipating. And let's take a deep breath together to ground, center, and connect. Inhale through the nose. Feeling that belly, hold for a couple of seconds and blow the air through your mouth, elongating that exhale. Okay? All right, roll the shoulders back one more time. And now pick your deck or pick your fairy for this chakra reading. Right? The blue fairy, the yellow fairy, or the purple fairy. And I would love for you to tell me in the comments which fairy did you pick. All right? Okay. Let's get started with the blue fairy. Okay. Now, let's set the intention and tell the cards what it is that we're doing today. All right. Let's move them out a little bit. That helps their energy move also and wake them up. I do shuffle them when I'm getting everything ready and I'm setting the stage, but here we're shaking them a little bit more once again. All right, so we'll set the intention and let the cards know what it is that we want, right? That we want to know. So we would like guidance and messages for our 7 main chakras, starting from the crown all the way down to the root chakra. And we ask in love, in light, and for our greatest good. Okay, perfect. Let's get started with the crown chakra. And 2 messages wanted to come out. So let's start here. 2 messages. Now let's look at the third eye chakra. Now the throat chakra. Okay. Now we'll look at the heart one, the bridge between the upper and the lower chakras, the solar plexus, again, 2. Okay. Now the sacral chakra, 2 more. And the root chakra. Okay, so we have all our chakras here for us. Let's begin with the crown chakra. All right, and we do them in order. Okay, so who answers the call? The 7 of Wands. Here are called rods and the 2 of Pentacles. All right. The 7 of Wands is a card that always looks in the defensive, right? Guarding their position. And this is more or less what this 7 is bringing us, right? But we have to remember what position this is in. And this is to get more information on the crown chakra. So the 7 of Wands says, all right now, your energy is asking for you to, I wouldn't say to stand up for, but for you to feel comfortable in your spirituality in a way that you wouldn't mind talking about it or defending it if it must, right? If we follow a spiritual path or a faith, whatever it is that we do not feel comfortable talking about it, that we do not feel comfortable defending, that there is something that makes us, yes, uncomfortable or not willing to stand up for, then maybe it is time to question if this is the right path for you, right? Whatever faith, spirituality, religion, whatever it is that you're choosing, it should be, or it is, your spiritual home. And if it's your spiritual home, just like with your physical home or with your most important relationship, that's the home of your heart, it should be something that you're proud of, you're willing to defend, and that you feel comfortable in. Okay, so this 7 is just bringing your reflection. How comfortable are you defending your spirituality, your faith, and how comfortable are you in it? All right, and if you are listening to this and you're like, well, I'm very comfortable in the spiritual path I have chosen, and I have um, no problem defending it and standing my ground with it. All right, then are you doing so, right? Are you um, are you acting or practicing or even talking about it in a way that it is comfortable for you without being uncomfortable to others? All right. And that 2 of Pentacles, right? And the Two of Pentacles is adding to that by saying, okay, so we have that you need to question if you're comfortable in the spiritual path you chose, right? Because being able to talk about your spirituality, being able to practice it in a way that feels comfortable and feels like a spiritual home to you, it's what's required for your energy. Now, the Two of Pentacles is saying, okay, now besides looking at that, look at what importance or what part does spirituality play in your life, right? Do you give it the same weight, right, than other aspects of your life? Or does it take a back position, or does it take too much of protagonist position? So this is saying, all right, you should be feeling comfortable in your spiritual home, in the faith that you have, enough to talk about it without feeling that you are intruding or that you are uncomfortable, or feel comfortable talking about your spirituality, but also it should be an aspect, one more aspect of your life. It should not take center stage, or it should not be in the background. It's part of your well-being, right? There is something called the wheel of well-being, right? And that shows us all these different aspects of our life, right? And sometimes it's good to see how balanced our lives are. So this is what the Two of Pentacles says. Your spirituality is extremely important. It is one aspect of your life. It should not be overlooked, but it should not be completely so centered in it that we forget the other aspects. All right. So here we have the first message for our crown chakra. And now let's look at our third eye, right? That's more of our intuition. And we have another 7. So we already have a 7 theme going. And this is the 7 of cauldrons, or the 7 of cups, right? And that went from being the fire element, and now we are in the water element. And the water element is the emotional element, but also the intuitive element, right? Emotions, intuition, right? And we're looking at the third eye chakra, right? And the Seven of Cauldrons is letting you know that your energy around this chakra is all about being able to really focus on the different messages that you get, right? And also mixing a little bit of that intuition with a little bit of discernment. It is in the third eye, so even though it's the center of our intuitive or that third eye knowing, it is located in where the brain is. So this is saying, okay, you may be feeling a lot of intuitive messages. You may have a very sharp intuition at this time, but remember to also discern, right? What intuitive messages are necessary, which ones come from fear, which ones come from triggers, right? So right now, these seven saying, okay, you're getting a lot of very sharp intuitive messages that could be felt also in your tummy, right? Because intuition can be sensed there as well. But it is to discern a little bit, right? Discern what intuitive messages are actually guidance from above, what are fears, what are triggers, right? Um, Even though this is the center of intuition, this chakra, intuitive guidance can be felt pretty much in the different areas of our body because it's sensations a lot of times, right? It's sensations, and sometimes it's sensations in our stomach, sometimes it's sensations in our chest. Sometimes it is messages that we can kind of hear as if somebody had said, right? But many times, or even in we can see with that third eye. But so it's not only our intuition here. It says this chakra is located right in the center of our brain as well, right? Between the eyebrows, but right there where our brain is. So use discernment as well, right? And so right now, your homework for this week, once you get an intuitive message, you feel something, right? And you sense something, pause and then challenge that by adding logic. Okay, if I'm feeling this, is this based on reality? Is this based on something that I am perceiving? Or does this, ask yourself, does this come from fear? Or does this come from a trigger from the past, right? So it's not to not listen to your intuition. To the contrary, I'm a big advocate to pay attention to your intuition and help it grow stronger. But at this time, it's also to recognize when it's intuition, that it's not only intuition, but it is guidance from above that you're getting it as an intuitive hit, or if it is a fear that you have from something or a trigger that you have from something. All right? So important because sometimes something has happened in our past with some people, and then we think a future event will bring the same result, right? So it is here really question where your intuitive hits are coming from. Now let's look at the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is the six, answers the call, the Six of Wands. All right, the Six of Wands is this card that denotes success, right? Denotes that things are going well, that we're moving forward. And in the case of the throat chakra, that is mostly about our communication, is encouraging us to talk good and positive about ourselves and our life. And here is the thing. Sometimes we do not do that, right? We've been taught or we think that saying everything that's going well in our life is bragging, right? Or that we could jinx what's going well by voicing it out. But here is the reality, there is a difference between bragging and playing small, right? So if you are accomplished in something, right? If there is something that you've been successful at, if there is something you have overcome, do not be afraid to say it. Do not play small, right? Tell who you are. Communicate your accomplishments. Do not make yourself small. And the other thing is talk nicely about yourself, right? Be able to say good things about yourself, not always putting yourself below anybody. Okay. Now let's look at the heart chakra. And the heart chakra, we have the Four of Wands. So right now I can tell you that we have 1, 2, 3 cards out of the 5 that are wands. So the fire element is predominantly, so it's the strongest one right here. And also the other thing we need to observe, it is that they are mostly minor arcanas, right? And there isn't any major yet. So, all right, the Four of Wands, when it's about our heart chakra, that energy, that bridge energy, that love center. Okay. So the Four of Wands, it is a stability. Not only is telling us that the energy right around our heart chakra is flowing nicely, if we had to read it as an energy forecast, but it's also the advice that it says is create a stability for your heart, for your emotions. Excuse me. Because you do not want to, how do I say it? So if you're creating a stability, right, you're learning how to not only balance, but regulate your emotions, right? In order that some low vibrating emotions, so more shadowy emotions such as fear, envy, jealousy, or sadness, they are all valid. Let's start by saying that we do not invalidate emotions here. However, by learning how to identify and regulate your emotions, you create a better stability, right? For that energy in your heart chakra. Because no matter how much we try to vibrate from love, when one of the other emotions comes in, right, and overtakes it, it can cloudy that energy around your heart chakra. It can block it. So your emotions are all valid, but we need to learn how to identify them, right? Name them, understand them, heal them, or help them move along. And regulating all our emotions is going to create a better energy flow around our heart chakra. Now, let's look at the solar plexus. Let me move things around. There we go, our solar plexus. And the two cards that answer are the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so we have two aces. That let us know, okay, here there are opportunities. There is an energy that's vibrating around your solar plexus. That's your willpower, your self-esteem, your creating stuff, right? Together with the sacral chakra. So what is it letting us know? All right, there may be something that you want to bring forth, right? Maybe it's a project, maybe something you're creating, maybe you're starting a new job, you're starting in a new school, or you're buying a house. It is something very tangible, right? That it's just beginning. And right now, this has great potential, right? And the Ace of Swords says, anything that starts out, right, with great potential, right? Don't be afraid of the challenges it will bring, because any new beginning, as exciting and as good as it can be, and it can lead to a wonderful road, will come with challenges, right? And but this card is letting you know, but you are prepared to handle them. You have what it takes to handle them. And if you really want this thing that's starting new in your life to grow, right? It is about being confident that you will be able to handle the challenges it also will bring. New opportunities, new challenges. But that does not mean the opportunity or the thing that's coming into your life is bad or that it's not going to go anywhere. Yes, it will grow and it may take effort and it may become something great, right? Whatever it is that's coming forth or that you're creating. But be willing to deal with the challenges, and you can do it. You have what it takes to deal with the challenges it may bring. All right. Now, let's look at the sacral chakra. That's this chakra and this one are kind of like twinnies. They are very together. And what answers the call? The Page of Swords and the Knight of Cups. All right. So here, yes. So we continue, right? Knowing that there is something that's coming that may bring some challenges, opportunity, but that comes with challenges. And the Page of Swords says, know that what you're creating, again, you have what it takes. Adopt being more open, right? Right now is about being open to grow. In any direction that you want to go is adopting that growth, that view of like growth, of not a stagnation, of not feeling like an expert yet on anything, but knowing that you are capable of handling things, and that there is a road to walk and there is some evolving that can be done, and that you have what it takes. All right. So it's not being afraid of the future in the sense of anything that you're creating, anything that you want for your life, anything that you're bringing into life, right? They're saying, I can handle it, like that card said, and it's going to make me grow, it's going to make me evolve, and I'm up for the challenge, right? And the Knight of Cauldrons, again, is telling you, all right, this is about having your emotions under control and moving forward, right? And it's interesting because here it was asking us about emotional stability, and here he's saying, yeah, by having those emotions, being able to regulate them, we can move forward in a more stable way, right? So the message here would be growth mindset, a growth way of thinking, and moving forward more emotionally regulated. Again, that's why this card is asking us for emotional stability. My excuses, I had to pause the video a second as I needed to drink some water. And all right, so let's look at the root chakra. And for that, we have the Eight of Rods, the Eight of Wands in traditional tarot. We got a lot of wands today. And now we're looking at the chakra that's all about security, right? And the Eight of Rods is bringing the message or the advice not to be afraid of the future, of moving forward, right? Of things happening fast for us, whatever that is. Changes, things about life moving too fast. So that's the card, the advice that card brings in this sense is do not be afraid of that, right? Sometimes the fear of the unknown, the fear of the future blocks that energy around the root chakra. And this card is just letting us know, all right, some reflections for you. What are you afraid of the future, right? And what are ways that you can not be so afraid of what's coming or towards where you're going, right? So it is about being okay with things moving fast and being okay with moving on from stuff and walking into the future. So, quick recap because these are long readings. All right, so let's start with the crown chakra. It is time to feel more at home in your spirituality. Not make it the center of your life, but not leave it behind, right? Examine if your spiritual path is right for you. Are you able to talk about it, to defend it, to say what it is that you follow, right? And remember, a balance and making it a very important part of your life, not the only part of your life. Now, when it comes to your intuition, you seem to have good energy around your third eye chakra. Now, you need to use discernment, okay? There may be a lot of intuitive messages and very sharp intuition at this time, but just make sure it's not coming from a place of fears. Now, when it comes to the throat chakra, it is about talking nicely about yourself, not playing small. It's not about bragging, but it's not about playing small and talking nice about yourself. Now, the heart chakra is asking us for a stability at this time, right? Says the energy seems to be flowing well, but to keep it this way, set a good stability, a good emotional regulation techniques, all right? Now, let's move to the solar and plexus and the sacral chakra. There are opportunities for something to go to more, something that you are entering, right? It could be a project, it could be a new home, it could be school, it could be anything that is manifesting into your life, right? With new opportunities come new challenges, but they are worth it, right? And you have what it takes. Adopt more of a growth mindset, adopt more of like, I can do this. And remember this stability, because by your emotional regulation, having your emotions in check and moving forward is what you need right now. Stop being afraid of what the future brings or how fast things are going. Okay, you got this. You have everything that it takes. All right, I hope you enjoyed your chakra reading. They are very long, so thank you for staying here with me. Remember that if you want me to do a personal chakra reading for you, go to my website or my Gumroad storefront and book or purchase a reading. And also reach out if you have information about it. And we can certainly do a chakra reading or any type of other sessions, even a tarot profile. All right. And remember, like, subscribe, and share. All right. Let's look at the yellow fairy, for those of you who picked that deck. All right, let's move things out of the way. And bring our little, oops, our yellow fairy is falling. All right, for those of you who picked this one, let's put the yellow fairy out of the way. And let's tell the cards what it is that we're looking for as we move a little bit their energy, wake them up. This cute little deck. And tell them we would like message and guidance for our 7 main chakras, starting from the crown all the way to the root, in love and light for our greatest good. All right. All right. We got 2 this time as well. These are smaller, so they are going to fit much better. Our third eye. All right. And our throat chakra. 2 again. Let's see, our heart chakra. Let's go for the solar plexus. All right. The sacral chakra. And the root chakra. All right. So very straightforward, the lower chakras. And a little bit more cards in the top ones. All right, let's begin with that crown chakra. And the cards that answer the call are the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. Right, we have a lot of swords here, right? And so what are these cards letting us know? This is the air element, right? It has to do a lot with communication, sometimes with thoughts, right? And we begin with the energy of the number 10. That is the number of endings, of culmination, right, of something. And here it is letting us know that there is some energy that denotes there must have been some pain, some struggle, right? But at the same time, it is telling us that that's over. So when we're looking at the crown chakra, is saying, okay, is there any pain from the past, anything that you are hurting still, that it is perhaps influencing your connection to source, right? Anything that you feel has been a struggle, right, for you, and that it is influencing that connection to source, that the way you view your faith, the way you view spirituality, right? And it's not that it's necessarily questioning your spiritual path, but maybe there is some pain or hurt that has impacted you in a way that maybe has hardened your heart, maybe has distanced you from your spiritual path, perhaps has made you actually embrace your spiritual path in a way that it's closing off anybody who thinks different. So mostly this card is asking different things of you right now. One is to examine what emotional pain, or not emotional pain only, but like what hurt, what pain are you carrying that you feel could be impacting that spirituality, that faith, that connection to the divine, right? At the same time, it's telling you, it's the energy of a 10. So it's a pain that needs to be released, that needs to be let go of. This cycle needs to be closed because it's something that happened in the past, and now it is about healing in a way that we move on from it, right? And the 7, right, this 7 of Swords, is asking you, what is it so difficult to trust at this time? Because it seems that the pain or the hurt could have been about a betrayal, about a deception, right, that you carry. And the cards are just telling you the pain, the hurt that you carry, it is time to close the cycle. It is time to heal, to see it that it is from the past. See what you can do to heal, to trust again, right? So you can live a spiritual your spiritual path in a way that feels safer, right? Safer. So the cards just are asking you to reflect on what pain or hurt are you carrying, right? What is it that you do not trust? What is it that you question that feels like a deception, right? And this is all about your spirituality, your faith, your religion, whatever it is. It is about examining that because it could be affecting your energy, right? In your crown chakra. So just examine what pain, what hurt, what deception, or what is it that you're not trusting, right, at this time. All right, let's look at the third eye chakra. And we have a major arcana now, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. And it is, this is a card of changes, changes in a positive way, of sometimes even destiny, right? Even though I always say there are many different futures, so prediction is hard because your choices, your free will are always present, and it is one of the biggest gifts given to you. So, what is the Wheel of Fortune telling us about the energy around our third eye chakra? And it is saying, stay alert right now. Remember, a major arcana, it is to pay attention. So stay alert for any intuitive messages regarding change, right? Anything that can bring that that you start thinking there may be a change in the air, or I need to change something. So listen to that message. It's very important right now. This is a major arcana. So the homework on this one is, all right, what paying attention to what messages, intuitive guidance you are getting about a change. And it is important to pay attention to that. So there may be an important change coming into your life that you need to pay attention and be prepared for. It is a Wheel of Fortune, so it is a positive change. It is not something negative or that is blocking the energy here. To the contrary, is saying just pay attention. You're getting some intuitive message that needs to be looked at more closely. Now, let's look at the throat chakra. And the cards that answer our call for guidance and messages are the King of Cups and the Page of Cups. Interesting. We got swords, major arcana, and now we get cups. And all right, the King of Cups, loving, generous, masculine energy, right? And what is this King of Cups advice right now towards our throat chakra? And is to speak more lovingly, to speak kindly, right? To be more generous when you express yourself, right? To be more like this king. But because it's a king, it's letting you know, still be assertive, still be true to yourself, right? But both things can be true at the same time. You can be assertive and you can be kind, right? And you can be loving in your message. At the same time that you honor you and your truth, you can be kind and gentle on the delivery of your message, all right? And the Page of Cups is supporting this by saying there are some things that right now need to be said. There are some messages that you need to bring forth. There is something you may need to tell somebody. And this page is telling you, deliver the message gently, right? Deliver the message gently, like this cup. This Page of Cups. All right. So again, assertiveness and kindness, delivering the message gently. Now, let's look at the heart chakra. And what do we have? Another major arcana, the Hierophant, right now, right? And right, the Hierophant reminds us we are both teachers and students at the same time. All right. So the Hierophant for our heart chakra, again, it's a major arcana. So it is more impactful. It is more about listen to what I have to say. And the Hierophant is doing that, is reminding you that you're both a teacher and a student, right? And when it comes to your love energy, that center of the energy that it is the heart chakra, is saying, all right, because here we already told you that you need to deliver messages gently and be loving in the way you speak, even if you are assertive, the Hierophant is saying, right now, there may be time for you to be there for somebody. There because of this page is telling us to deliver a message, there may be time for you to be there for somebody, and also for you to understand that there are things that you need to give to others and receive from others, right? So this, the Hierophant, is just reminding you of everything you can give, how you can be a teacher to somebody else, how you can give support, right? And at the same time, that you may need to receive that wisdom and that support from somebody else. It's saying right now, the energy around your heart chakra, that it's that bridge, seems to be very good. This is a major arcana. It's just letting you know that the wisdom and love that you carry in your heart should be shared, so with others, and with that, at the same time, you need to receive wisdom from others in an open way. So open your heart to both giving and receiving love and guidance. All right, and remember, and this is important because I see them here together, there is a message you may need to deliver to somebody. There is something that maybe you have stuck in your throat that's like, I have to say it. Deliver it gently. You can be assertive, have boundaries, and be gentle and loving in your communication. Both things can be true at the same time. Now, let's look at the solar plexus. And for the solar plexus, we have the Seven of Pentacles. All right. The Seven of Pentacles is this card is signaling about things that we may have worked for, things that we may have wanted and taken steps forward with, but still we are not where we want to be. But this card is always saying, keep going, all right? Keep going, and do not give up. So the solar plexus willpower goes perfect with this card. So this is about being consistent and not giving up on your dreams, whatever that dream is. This card is asking for consistency and letting you know that keep going, things are attainable, but it is up to you, right? It is up to you to put the effort and keep going on the things that you want. They are attainable, but you need consistency. And what do we have for the sacral chakra? And another king delivers the message right now. And this is the King of Wands, that it is the fire element. And the King of Wands for the sacral chakra, that's all about creation, even bringing things into life, right? And it goes together with this card that is telling us to keep going, to be consistent and to be persistent, that things may go our way only if we stay there, we stay consistent and persistent. And the King of Wands is saying this, the same thing, is saying, okay, whatever the fire in your belly says, whatever that thing that you want, that intention, it is about feeling confident that you will attain it. So if we put them together, it is that anything that you want, be it a goal, be it that it is a relationship, anything that is that fire in your belly, right? Anything right now says the energies are telling you right now that things are possible, but you need to be more confident and be consistent and persistent, right? On what you want, right? So this is what keeps those energies flowing well, knowing that you are working on your confidence and you are working on staying consistent on what you want. And now for the root chakra, that it is our security, and that is the 10 of Pentacles. And we have another 10. We start with a 10, we end with a 10, right? And the 10 of Pentacles is actually a very beautiful card, because it is a card of not only abundance, but it is a card of it's the energy of a 10 of the culmination of things going well, right? And it's saying, all right, it seems like the energy right there is just showing that things are flowing well, but recognizing all the good things around and being grateful for it will create better security for you. So, right now, it is about practicing gratitude and recognizing all the things in your life that are going well and that you're grateful for, right? And if you are going through a hard moment and you're like, well, Raquel, I'm going through a really tough moment, there is always something to be grateful for. The more grateful you become, the more you recognize the blessings, even if it's something very small or very simple, like having running water or hot water in your home, having a bed to sleep in, having food to eat, having a good friend by your side. Anything that you can be grateful for will create more security around that energy on your root chakra. All right. Okay, really quick recap here, because again, these chakra readings are very long. So the ones that I would tell you to be more on the watch out for. So here in your crown chakra, around your spirituality, there may be something that has caused pain or hurt in the past, that has brought either deception or for you not to trust things, and it is to examine that, really. Then another thing is, good changes may be coming. You need to be on the lookout for intuitive messages that talk about change, right? Delivering communication in a way that it is gentle but assertive. It's just like this king, but there may be messages that you want to say, some things that you want to say. Remember to deliver it gently. You can be assertive and kind. Both things can be true at the same time. Now, around your heart chakra, remember that you're both a student and a teacher to people. Be able to receive the wisdom and love of others in the same way you give it to them. But everything seems good around this area. Here, the things that you want are absolutely attainable. Now, you need to be consistent, persistent, and work at them. And work also on your confidence. Now, for your security, focusing on what you're grateful for and what's going well will strengthen your security around your root chakra. All right. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the message if you feel it could help somebody. And please reach out, ask me about my services, and or go to my website. All right, so there is how to book a private session with me. The sessions can be done over the phone or via video call, or get a pre-recorded reading where I send you the video directly to your email, or you could choose audio. All right, let's go look at the last deck for today. That it is with our little purple fairy, and see what that deck has in store for us. Okay, here comes the purple fairy. All right, let's set the intention of what we want to know or what we expect from the cards. All right, and we say that we would like messages and guidance for our 7 main chakras in love and light for our greatest good. All right, let's begin with the crown chakra. All right. Oh, 3 cards. Okay. Let's see if they fit well. Okay, now our third eye. Again, 3 cards. Interesting. Let's hope everything fits. All right, now our, and this time too, there is a lot of messages here. All right, let's see how we can create more space. Now we want the heart chakra, and the heart chakra fell right there, the message. Let me just move things a little bit because I wasn't expecting so many cards to come out. So we're going to see how we arrange them. There. Okay. And now we need the solar plexus. All right, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and root chakra. Okay, so straightforward towards the lower chakras and a lot to say here on the upper ones. So let me just take them in order so I don't move. This is one, this goes under, and this goes under. Okay, let's begin to see who answered our call. First, we have the Ace of Cups. Second, we have the Page of Cups. And last, we have the King of Cups. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. All right. So this is, wow. All right. So we have a lot of cups here. So very emotional message. All right. Charged with that water element. All right. So let me see. This is the Knight. This is not the King. This is the Knight of Cups, I believe. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. And this is a very emotional message. Now, it is for the crown chakra. So what is this telling us? All right. It seems that there is something new spiritually that we should explore, right? There could be some either interest in a new spiritual path or something new that is calling us, right? That we should be exploring right now. So right now, anything that feels new and exciting towards your spirituality, what is something that you perhaps would like to start doing? Perhaps it is meditating more. Perhaps is contemplation. Perhaps is learning more about your spirituality. What is something new that could excite you in your connection to the divine, to strengthen that spiritual energy, right? And it says there is something new there for you to learn. So a new beginning, something new that it is important for you to learn. So right now, in order to identify what that is, ask yourself, based on whatever spiritual path you follow, based on your faith and your religion, what is something right now that that calls me, that it's interesting to me, that I could learn more of, that it could strengthen my spiritual path, my relationship with the divine, right? And this Knight is saying, really, it's giving you the go ahead, go for it, right? Take action. So there may be something that can help you grow spiritually, that is important for you to look at, maybe something new, something fresh, but that the cards are saying, yes, your spirituality right now is something, whatever your faith is something that there is more to learn about and that you could benefit greatly from, right? It could help you grow in many different ways. And you need to take action towards that. So identify what it is that you want to learn, what it is that you want to start to practice. And it's saying pay attention to your spiritual path right now and ways to strengthen your spirituality, really, or learn something new. It will take you to important places. You need to take action towards that. Now, let's look here. Let's again go one by one with all these ones that we found. All right, the message for our third eye chakra. And who answers the call? The Strength card, the Two of Swords, and the Hanged Man. All right, so we have two major arcanas. And here it's these are great cards towards this the third eye chakra, right? And strength, it's letting you know, strengthen your intuition right now. So I wonder if the cards that we have here pointing at learning something new, or something new that has to enter your spiritual path, that will have an effect on you because you can grow from that. Something you need to learn and you will grow from it. And it's something that requires for you to take action and for you to do it, that it's not going to fall in your lap, right? And that's perhaps because right now your intuition may be strong, but you can strengthen it. So this is what this is saying, working on strengthening your intuition. It is pretty strong because but working on strengthening your intuition. So it is about being able to make decisions intuitively, right? So strengthen your intuition, or know that it's strong enough to make decisions intuitively, right? Even when you don't have clear facts, when you don't see everything. And what it's guiding you towards is making sure that you take time to pause, right? Taking time to really feel what your intuition is telling you. Really feel what your intuition is telling you, and making those decisions not based on facts or on what's clear, but you will strengthen your intuition by being able to sense the decisions you need to make in an intuitive way, to not relying so much on facts or on having all the information around you. And that will strengthen it because it's already letting you know that you have a strong intuition. But sometimes it could be that you do not rely on it. And this is saying sense, pause, feel the answers in your body, right? Not on what you see or what you know. Feel it in your body. Strengthen that intuition by paying attention to it and making decisions based on that sensations in your body. Now, what about our throat chakra? And our throat chakra, we have the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Wands. All right, so what does the Queen of Wands tells you, right? And the Queen of Wands, she's fiery, but she's loving, right? And she is all about taking charge, right? And being passionate in her delivery, more in her communication. She's very passionate, right? And she makes sure you know how strongly she feels about something. So when this queen appears, her advice to you is whatever it is that you feel passionate about, talk about it. Show how much something means to you, right? Even if it's about your struggles or how somebody has let you down, it is about being able to communicate things that you feel passionately about. And that's passionately because it is something you really want, it is something you really love, or is it something that really has hurt you? Be able to express things that have great impact on you, that you feel strongly about, and communicate it, right? And communicate with passion. Make sure that whatever you feel, whatever your intention is out in the delivery, right? So the energy around your throat chakra will benefit from speaking up more passionately about things and letting people know the things that are or have been hard for you at this time. Okay, let's look at the heart chakra. And here we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords. It is a card that, even though it's air and it's thoughts, communication, it can also signal pain, right? And maybe things that have been said that have been really painful, or things that have happened that have stayed in our head. So the Ten of Swords is just like we saw before. It's the energy of a 10, it's an energy of an ending that says the pain is done, right? The pain is done. Right now, we need to tend to the wounds. So, your heart chakra is mostly asking of you to look at the wounds around your heart, to look at things that were said or things that you still are thinking about that are hurtful, and it is time to heal those wounds. So, reflect on that. Now, solar plexus. And for the solar plexus, we have the Page of Wands, right? And the solar plexus is willpower, self esteem, and the Page of Wands is saying, all right, there are things that we want and things that we need to be prepared to work for in a way that it is not feeling that we know it all, right? It is not about knowing it all right now or knowing that we're there. It is about, okay, there is something that I want, right? And the thing that I want may not be completely attainable, right? But changing my attitude, changing how I approach it, will get me closer or will manifest it for me. But it's all about changing my attitude towards it and how I approach whatever it is that I want. And what is the advice for our sacral chakra? The tower. And remember, I always say these two chakras, the lower ones and the upper ones, they're all connected, but the lower ones and mostly these two go together a lot, just like these two here. And the tower is about some things need to fall off, right? And it's interesting because here we have, all right, what you want is attainable if you change your approach to it, right? And the tower is saying, yes, not only you need to change your approach to it, is that there are some things really ingrained in you, right? In either how you feel about the things that you want, about how confident you are in yourself, some things that need to be let go, you need to bring them down and build them different. You need to liberate yourself from very self-limiting thoughts, beliefs about you, about your capabilities, about the thing that you want. Something, it needs to change in a way that it transforms, right? So here, your homework. What is it that you really want right now, and how can you change your approach to it? What is something that you understand you need to let go of or completely do different towards the thing that you want, towards what you want to bring into life right now? And the root chakra. Oh, the high priestess, the beautiful high priestess. What is she saying about our root chakra energy? And he's saying the root chakra energy right now needs quiet. All right. So it needs a lot of grounding. So he recommends a lot of grounding exercises, coming to your center, right? So in order to feel security, in order for that energy to go out well, he recommends quietness, grounding exercises, right? I would even say earthing, meditation, anything that's around that can help you come into the center and connect to yourself and more quiet in your life. All right, this is a long reading, so let's recap. All right, your crown chakra is saying there is something that you need to learn, something that you need to explore towards your spirituality that can take you to new depth, but you really need to be proactive about it and take the steps to to learn something. It's not going to fall on your lap. Sorry, I was like getting tongue tied there. And it's something that it's going to be good for your energy, but it's something you need to learn. But you need to explore what it is right now that it's nudging you, what it is that you feel could help you, a new practice, a new book, something to do different. Be proactive about it and learn from it. Very strong intuition. Strengthen it more by feeling the sensations in your body and actually not relying so much on logic, but learning how to strengthen the intuition by listening to it, by feeling the sensations in the body. It's good to pause at this time to before you act and sense things instead of thinking about them, just sense them. Now, for your throat chakra, be more passionate about how you talk about things. And if things have been hard and things have hurt you, talk about them too. Be passionate about you yourself and advocating for yourself. There is some pain or wounds that need to be tended around your heart chakra, that love energy center, right? So this is making you look at some pain, something that has been said that has been hurtful, things that you keep thinking about. So right now it is saying, okay, in order to heal all this, to pass the page on that, we need to tend to the wounds. Now, for your solar plexus and your sacral chakra, the things that you want are absolutely attainable, but you need to change your approach. You need to see what needs to be released and done different about it, right? So it is a lot of self-reflection and examining things. Now, for your root chakra, it is time to pause, more quiet, more silence, grounding more, right? Lots of grounding exercising. It could be earthing, it could be meditation, going within, grounding, silence. That's what's recommended. All right, I hope you liked your reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here and putting up with this very long video. Please give a thumbs up, subscribe, or share the message. Like this, it helps me grow. Remember, I offer private sessions that can be over the phone or via video call, as well as pre-recorded readings where we can look at your particular situation and help you gain clarity and not feel stuck. These types of sessions are great if you are going through a life transition or through something that has been a big change in your life. All right, besides this, by subscribing and liking, you get the daily notifications on the daily shorts and all the weekly videos. So make it a great day and brightest blessings your way. Have a great week.